Oh, Denver, something is happening. Day 2 of OTAs, and this Broncos squad is starting to look different in all the right ways. If you had doubts before, it's time to wake up. The Broncos didn't just show up to practice, they showed up with purpose, energy, and fire. And let me tell you, this team just unearthed gems on the field, and it all starts with Sean Payton. This isn't a sideshow anymore. There's no fluff, no games, no gimmicks. Gone are the days of snow cone trucks and fun directors during practice. That stuff, it's history. Sean Payton's running a real football operation now, built on discipline, intensity, and a hunger to win. Tomorrow, no sugarcoating it. Sean Payton said it best. Tomorrow is assault day. Translation: this team is getting back to work. No freebies, no days off just for showing up. Payton knows exactly when champions are made, right now in these off-season battles. And that culture shift, it's shaking the walls in Dove Valley, but it's not just culture, it's talent. Enter JK Dobbins, number 27, a name and number that already feels right in orange and blue. Dobbins isn't just a signing, he's a statement. And what's crazy, the push to bring him here didn't just come from the front office, it came from the locker room. Guys who tried to tackle Dobbins last season told the coaches, this dude is a nightmare to bring down. And that's coming from warriors like Jonathan Cooper and Brandon Jones. They felt that power firsthand. Dobbins led the league in rushing yards against loaded boxes. And now he's in Denver, running behind an offense that's only getting stronger. Think about that. Teams won't be able to stack the box this year. Not with Bo Nix launching missiles to receivers who are finally leveling up like we've been waiting for. And behind it all, a back like Dobbins with something to prove and a payday waiting if he delivers. His contract? Smart. Roughly $5 million, but only $2 million is guaranteed. The rest? Incentives. Every snap, every yard, every moment he stays healthy, it pays. Literally. That's motivation. That's a man ready to explode. And don't just take our word for it. Former teammate Michael Pierce said it plainly. His talent ceiling is sky high. The only question is health. Well, guess what? He's here. He's locked in. And he's betting on himself. Let's talk about value. The Broncos didn't just sign JK Dobbins. They made one of the smartest moves of the offseason. It's a low-risk, high-reward deal. If health is a concern, no problem. Most of the contract is incentive-based. But if Dobbins stays on the field, watch out. This man could erupt. And it wasn't just the front office who wanted him. His former teammates were pushing for it. Even opponents who tried to wrap him up last year said, that guy, you better go get him. They know what kind of monster he can be when he's healthy. And it wasn't just the players. Defensive coordinator Vance Joseph was pounding the table to bring him in. Now that he's a Bronco, Joseph couldn't be happier. And neither could the rest of us. This team just got a whole lot tougher to stop. We're entering a new era of Broncos football. And it's time to start circling dates on that schedule. There are going to be moments this season you'll want to see with your own eyes. Because with Bo Nix under center, big things are coming. You can feel it. You can see it taking shape. This offense is transforming fast. And Dobbins, he's going to break that 100-yard drought we've been stuck in since Latavius Murray. The 1-2 punch with R.J. Harvey and the addition of Audric Esteem, that's a backfield that can feed families. That's power, speed, and grit all rolled into one. But this isn't just about the players. It's about the leadership behind them. Sean Payton's coaching staff is elite. While other teams tried to raid our roster and coaching room, Payton held the line. One of the biggest offseason wins, bringing in Darren Rizzi, a special teams coordinator with head coaching experience and a vision that aligns perfectly with Payton's. No more coaching the coaches. Payton made it clear. He wants a staff that's already locked in, already committed to the grind. And that mindset, that's how you go from 5 wins under the last regime to 8 wins with nearly the same roster, and now pushing for a playoff spot. This team is building the right way, with purpose, with vision, and with hunger. And get this, Rizzi is already raving about a player no one's talking about yet. That's where we'll go next. Because hidden in this roster, beneath the headlines and hype, are more names ready to rise. Let's talk about one of the most underrated weapons on this Denver Broncos roster. And no, it's not a skill position player. It's our Australian punter, Jeremy Crenshaw. And this man has a howitzer for a leg. Sure, the college stats were solid, mid-40s average yards per punt, but what we're seeing now? It's next level. The special teams coordinator didn't hold back, saying Crenshaw is as talented as any prospect he's ever worked with. That's not just high praise, that's a red alert to the rest of the league. If this defense forces a 3 and out, you're not just giving the ball back, you're giving it up in terrible field position. Crenshaw is launching moonshots. Reporters at OTAs are literally losing track of the ball in the air because of how much hang time he's getting. That's game-changing in tight battles. And with the defense Denver is building, it could flip field position every single week. And let's not overlook what's happening on the other side of the ball, because if you're not paying attention to Pat Bryant, you're going to regret it. This kid is exploding out of OTAs. The tape is impressive. The moves are clean. But what's really making noise is how much Sean Payton believes in him. When asked about Bryant, Payton gave that knowing smile. The same one that says, "You all missed it, but I didn't." That smile, it's dangerous. They said the Broncos reached in the draft. They said Bryant was a 6th round guy. Payton said, "Watch." And now we're watching something special. His 40 time doesn't jump off the page, but his route running does. That stop-start ability, the hesitation move, the way he sells a short out and then bursts upfield. He's going to make defenders look foolish all season. And Payton, he already sees the blueprint. He even compared Bryant's traits to Michael Thomas and said everything he saw on film is already showing up on the field. This isn't hype, it's real, and it's coming fast. While other teams are struggling with their rookie receivers, we're seeing guys like Luther Burden miss reps and catch heat from coaches. Pat Bryant is quietly, confidently building something dangerous in Denver. He's going to be the rookie wideout to watch this year. Mark it down. And it's not just Bryant. This young wide receiver room is hungry. You can see it in Marvin Mims, a player who hasn't even scratched the surface of what he can become. The ceiling for this group is sky high. And with Payton calling the shots, they're not just going to get opportunities, they're going to get mismatches. This team isn't waiting for the future. The future is already lining up on the field. You want to talk about momentum? You want to talk about a team that's surging from the inside out? Then let's talk about how Sean Payton is unlocking every ounce of hidden talent across this Denver Broncos roster. And we're only scratching the surface. Let's go back to Marvin Mims. The flashes we saw late last season, that wasn't a fluke. That was Sean Payton figuring him out, engineering ways to unlock the speed, the precision, the explosiveness. And this year, Mims is going to be fully unleashed. Don't blink or you'll miss it. And speaking of breakout stars, let's talk about Nick Bonitto. He was already a menace off the edge last season, racking up sacks and living in opponents' backfields. And now, you've got coaches saying he's taken his game to a completely new level. At OTAs, he's absolutely dominating every tackle in front of him. Doesn't matter if it's first team, second team, or a blocking sled. Vance Joseph said it best. He expects another leap from Bonitto. If he hits that gear, nobody is scoring on this defense. Nobody. And then there's Caleb Lohner, a name almost nobody talked about when we drafted him, but one that Sean Payton clearly had circled in red ink. 7th rounder. Barely played football in college. Former basketball player, and yet here he is, already turning heads in red zone drills with his sheer size and body control. He's raw, sure, but if all he does this year is run 1 or 2 routes down near the goal line, that's more than enough. Sean Payton sees the mismatch and he's smiling again, because he knows Lohner is about to break open games quietly and violently, and we're still not done, because this offense is being built with solutions at every position. You want power in the backfield? You've got JK Dobbins, RJ Harvey, and now Audric Estime, a trio that can bruise, burst, and break away. You want matchup nightmares at receiver? Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, and more. Add in Evan Engram at tight end, add in Lohner, and suddenly Bo Nix has a full arsenal to destroy defensive game plans. You want to talk MVP odds for Bo Nix? Why not? He played at an MVP level down the stretch last season, and now he's surrounded by more talent, more trust, and more firepower than we've had in over a decade. And don't get it twisted. We're not just talking about the future. We're talking right now, because I can't remember a time, not even the Peyton Manning years, when the short-term and long-term ceiling for this franchise felt this high. When we got Manning, we knew there was a time limit. The window was short. But right now, this isn't a window. This is a whole skyline opening up in front of us. We went toe-to-toe with the Buffalo Bills in one of the toughest playoff environments in football. Tied at halftime, We finished last season with 10 wins and momentum, and what did we lose? Nothing that we didn't immediately upgrade. We lost a washed-up running back and replaced him with Dobbins, the toughest back in the AFC West. We lost our punter and replaced him with Crenshaw, who's already being called the best the coordinator has ever worked with. We lost Lil Jordan Humphrey and replaced him with Pat Bryant, a future star. We lost Trayman Smith and replaced him with Jaquan McMillian and Jaquan Barron. We lost Cody Barton and replaced him with Alex Singleton, fully healthy, and Dre Greenlaw, a Pro Bowl caliber backer. This isn't a rebuild. This is a full-blown ascent. Broncos country, buckle up. This is the deepest, most dangerous roster we've fielded in years. We've got the coaching, we've got the talent, we've got the quarterback, we've got the blue-collar edge and championship mindset that defines mile-high football. The ceiling is higher than it's ever been, and we're not coming down.